So let's start today's session. It's me checking in, just watching in. Anyway, let's close this up for today. Now, coming back to my charts. As you can see, based on my previous video and my previous levels, this level played out pretty well. This level, my Thursday's level, it gave how much? Almost 5,000 pips. Sorry, not 5,000, but 5,000 points, 500 pips. All right. So yeah. Now talking about today's sessions, this 50-minute TJL played well, but due to this Notanki, it's it, it got fucked. And by the way, I got a new, point to note that while price gaps up, even if there's a level, price aggressively comes to fill this, gap up or gap down, and your TJL might not get, played. So this is one point to be noted, which I've observed today. Now, heading back to our trades for today. Basically, in the morning, I've told you my entire plan to buy from this level. As you can see, I did buy, but it failed. Anyways, I'll come to it one by one now, and I'll even journal. Okay, this is my Notion, where usually I journal my trades, and I have a secret, of all my learnings in this page. So, what is my Indian stock market? Anyways, this is my forex journal. I'll analyze all my trades today live on this video. So, for myself to review after maybe 5, 10 years, to make fun of myself. Anyways, okay, let's head over to our 5 minute. Uh, oh man, okay. So while London session, I observed, this is London session. So, and by the way, guys, these days Asian session is, very very ranging. I mean, not ranging, but it gives very good momentum. Very good momentum. Like as you can see, today's setup it played out in Asian session and it gave man. I already told you around 200 pips. I mean, 200 plus pips. But fuck it, we can't catch it. But anyways, let's talk about now. I am seeing a valid 5 minute TJL setups. So if I do my basic structural marking, this will be the CH1. This is London session. Okay, my valid trading time. So this will be CH1. Because of the valid two candle retracement here. Okay, I'm holding my mic because I don't have a proper microphone, so I might just well, adjust it. Anyways, this is the valid confirmed high one. Now, from this point until this, breaking point, this is a confirmed low. Okay, this is a confirmed low. Forget this change of character for now. This is a confirmed low. Now, price broke above. There is a valid two candle retracement, so this is the level of 3, tentative high, and then price aggressively it came down. My original plan was to buy at this 5 minute TJL, because as you can see this is a valid, wait, let me show you. uh, where is it path, you know two candle retracement, point of 3, and then these are the buying levels. Okay, one and another will be this A plus, but price it didn't play out these levels. Instead it gave a dual change of character. Wait a second, I got a call. I'll, I'll, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up later. Anyways, so on this 5 minute TCL level, buying level, I planned a trade. This one failed, but on the valid A plus, on this candle, uh, on this candle confirmation, I waited for the second candle to break this candle's high. It did, and I entered quickly. Fast execution. But this is one valid point where I lack, but I'll fix it very soon. Very soon. I mean, not very soon, but starting today. So I entered on this candle's high break, and then price gave a very good spike up into our previous level, very good spike up to our previous level, and I was very sure that market would surely go much higher high. But 5 minute levels are mostly, not mostly, but kind of manipulative these days. Not manipulative, I can say, but 5 minute levels just don't play out like higher time frame levels. So it gave one is to how much? Oh, one is to three. Okay, it gave one is to three. Okay, but it's my bad that I didn't book, and price was holding at this point. Okay, so I thought if it just breaks one pip even above, it'll just guaranteed it will blow up, but it didn't. It didn't. So I took an SL here, and it is legitimate setup, so it's completely good. I'm safe. I don't have any regrets. This is a valid trade. I have no regret, but I failed to see this change of character today because I was not on the markets. Point number one, flaw number one, you have to trade your trading sessions seriously. I didn't trade seriously today. After this loss, I closed the markets. I went up to do other activities, so that is my bad. And I didn't see this dual change of character because right here on this level, when price gave two candle closing below this two level, I mean the confirmed low two level, there is a valid change of character, right? This level. And then these buying levels are now converted to selling levels, like I said in my previous video. And when price tap into these zones, you can see first candle, but it didn't give any momentum. And usually on 5 minute, we don't trade, just tap and go levels. We always wait for confirmation. And this was a 5 minute level, so I had to, enter a trade on 1 minute candle closing. So this, if we would have entered on this candle's closing with a 20 pip stop loss valid, it gave 1:1. That is break even because our plan is that as soon as price give 1:1, we do 50% book. Okay, but today I forgot this rule, totally forgot. I i wouldn't say I forgot, but it didn't even cross my mind because I was waiting the price to go even high, and it was kind of guaranteed. But that's my flaw right there. I expected too much from the market, and the market tricked me. Not a problem, not a problem. And then the second time, when it barely tapped in the A plus, barely, it gave quite a fall, but I wouldn't have entered here because it didn't actually tap in into my A plus level. But then again, when market tapped in into my A plus level, this candle became too big to enter with 24 pip stop loss, and not even 24 pip. Realistically speaking, we have to always place our SLs above the zones. I mean, give a little room to breathe, for spreads or slippages. So almost 30 pip, almost, rounding off. So this is not a valid, trade. And then second time, like market came and tested the second time. And now, with a 20 pip stop loss, market gave a fall off, taking up all, these low and these low, 120 pips, which I failed to capture because I was off the charts. Fuck, I have to take this. Guys, my mentor told me trading is a profession. You don't trade for hobby. And I fucked up today. So I'll be noting this down, right now to put it in my journal in front of everyone. This is a fucking professionalism work, and I can't fuck around. So first point is treat it like a profession, or treat it like a business, and this will pay you like a business. Treat it like a hobby, and it will pay you like a hobby. So treat it like a profession. I will put every single point in my journal. Don't worry. Don't worry, Rajdeep. You're getting there. Don't worry, because we will take Rajdeep, drag Rajdeep through these floods of poverty into the golden waters, golden sea, ocean of fucking wealth. I'm getting there. So this is a valid play out level after one stop loss here. And then again, here. This was a trade which I took very late. It was my bad, totally. This is a 15-minute TJL, right? Which I've marked morning by looking two criteria. First, TJL level, this zone of 15 minutes, and then second, the gap up. What I thought is that price gave inducement on these lows, so there will be tons of liquidity here, right? And price did respect this, the zone or level, as you can call it, but it didn't sustain it. It should have gone much higher because target is here to our A plus. Listen, I'm not being, judgmental here or being kind of a like market has to go to my level. No, there's a market structure. It has to follow it. But what I failed to see, what I didn't understand then, morning, I'm talking about morning. The morning precaught didn't knew, don't know, or don't know. Fuck my grammar. Anyways, fuck that. The morning Razi didn't knew that price will aggressively come and fill the gap, even if there is your level or any inducement or any liquidity, because the gap up has tons of liquidity and price will come aggressively. Price took all this liquidity. Yes, I accept it, but there are even more liquidity in this gap, in this gap. So, nonetheless, even if I would have taken a trade, the tap and go levels, it gave little momentum. Not tradable though, not tradable. Even if I'm being emotional here and trade at this level, it'll just give me, oh no, 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 no. Big stop loss, big stop loss. I can't trade this one. But maybe around here, maybe I would have entered on this candle because this is too big. 40 pips. Nah, 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 dude. I can't take it. But then again, price failed and took this low, took the, SL of this low, those who entered in between, and then price made a green candle of, how many pips? 16, 15 pips with a valid 20 pips stop loss. This is my setup, man. This is my setup. I would have placed my longs here with a 20 pip stop loss. Where is my stop loss, man? Yes. Let me just check out for a moment. 20 gives a room to breathe. Maybe around this low. It's 30. Okay, I'm talking realistically. I'll be putting here. Or maybe even at this zone. I'm being realistic, man. In this kind of price action, I would have surely entered. Or even if I'm being, too FOMO, I'm watching out the market on 1 minute charts, and I would have entered here. But still, this would be an SL. So, like I said, realistically, you should always place your SL below or above your zones, even if it's 1 or 2 pips. But this is this is not a trade win. This will be one surely with this stop loss. And even if this even if this trade would have stopped me out, maybe because we never know. We never know. What's the candle? 19. What is 19? 30 morning, 19, okay. So 7 p.m. Rajdeep would have entered here, maybe, and would have took this SL, and he would not have the confidence to enter on this trade. Okay? Maybe I'm being realistic now, but right now that I am seeing so clearly, I can be sure that I would have entered on this based on this price action. Man, it's so hot down here. So it gave, again, 100 tips. I'm missing too much damn trades. Now, the logic behind this entry is I was watching my mentor, and I won't even lie. I, copy trades sometimes based on logic because what my mentor was doing, he was planning a buy around this level, watching the candles, and he talked about this level, and I also do the same level, and price also, is giving a very good bullish momentum. So that was just my logic here. I own this SL. It's my loss. Now, I own this SL. I won't blame it on my setup because my setup played out perfectly. Even if it would have given me loss here or maybe on these entries, maybe we never know. But still, I can see my setup played out very well. And then again, price ranged, and now it's here. It doesn't matter. But ultimately, if you see it on a swing trade perspective or maybe an intraday trading perspective, if I would have played out my, you know, shorts here, short positions here, somewhere around here, with a stop loss of, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. 1 minute. Change of character here. 590 gel. This, this. This didn't touch my zone for, how many pip? Maybe 1 pip, 4 pip. I missed this trade. Anyways, no problem. But what I am talking is, if you wait for your setup for over 4 days, even your less reactive zones or levels, this SBR is, not my A plus, but still, if we would have executed on Asian session, I got my trading time for Asian session. That I've noted it down. Let me just check it out. Which was it? Maybe it was 5:30. Yeah, it's 5:30 to 8 a.m. If only I choose to trade on Asian session. And this setup formed on 5:39. Perfectly on my setup. I mean, my trading time, my Asian trading time. But right now, I'm going through a phase where I pretty much can't sleep at night because of that. And so I was I was awake at 5:30 in the morning, but I don't trade at this time, at this hour. So I'm not, mentally right, in the zone. So this is not my ideal trading time. Maybe later on, but still, this is a setup. And my realistically, because this is a buying zone, realistically, this would be the target. And as you can see, Precog, it clearly played out of time, 12 hours and 10 minutes. How many, what's the risk reward? Where is it? Yeah, 300 pips. 300 pips trade, intraday trade, or maybe even a short swing trade with a risk amount of 38 pips. 38 is, I'm being totally realistic here because this is a valid setup based on this price action, engulfing candle, engulfing all previous three candles, and here sellers really stepped in. I can see because I was a price action trader before based on liquidity. So I know a little bit, only a little bit. Today, anyways, Anyways, no problem. No problem. Setups comes and goes. We just need to find and execute them. The problem, what's the actual problem? When the market is live, you should be able to, see the setup. That, this is dual change of character. Oh shit, new TGL level is forming. Oh no, change of character has declined here. You know, you know, and when you are able to spot your setups in real time on live market when candles are forming, that'll be your, you know, turning point. I can, but right now the point that I'm lacking is professionalism. I have to trade my trading time professionally. So that is it. These are the setups. I took two trades, okay, and I'm done for the day. I was, very much. I was getting the feeling to enter a trade here, right? I'm literally not gonna lie. I was so excited to get here on the sells because this buying position didn't hold out, and there was aggressive selling here. Maybe because price wants to fill the gap here. So I was very excited. Very FOMO being built up in me. But still, I chose not to. I was hard on myself, and guess I was right. I was damn right. Fuck. Anyways, this is basically it. This is basically for today. And later on, I mean, now itself, I'll be doing my multi-time frame analysis because every Monday, according to my strategy, I have to do multi-time frames, analysis to get an overall view on how the market will perform or is performing for the entire week. For it's kind of like a forecasting what kind of bias I should take, which kind of positions I have to push more. Maybe if the market is clearly bullish on my multi-time frame analysis side, analysis point of view, then I'll push more trades on buying levels. There are many levels here. Like as you can see, these were buying levels, 5 minute buying levels. But it then again turned out to be selling levels. So I would have risked less on these selling levels, and I would have entered with a bit more size on buying level. So for that purpose, we do multi-time frame analysis, and I'll be doing that. Most probably, I'll cover it up here on video itself, but let's see. So now coming back to the main part, that is, yeah, journaling. This is very simple setup, not too fancy, not anything. Okay, so this was my first trade. I would first, convert these levels to buying levels because these were TGL levels. And then only it gave change of character and it became change of character setup. So where was it? Here. I'll be taking screenshots, and then today is 27th. Open. How was your trade? It was good. Setup is TGL only. Did I play it on change of character? No. I should have played on. I should have traded on change of character. I mean, the dual change of character. Not dual, but actual change of character. You know, it's literally my bad. This is not dual change of character because these TJL levels are trend joining levels. So we can't treat them as change of character levels. So if price gives a valid change of character, don't mind me, okay? I'm telling this phrase change of character way too many times, but still, uh, these are valid change of character, not dual change of character. Okay, my bad. Totally my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, so the TJL, first rate TJL, second rate is also based on my previous TJL levels. Okay, I'll put this on my TJL level. So, okay, time frame it was of 5 minutes and 15. Wait. I can multiple select, right? Okay, I'll just add a comment. M5 TJL and M15 TJL levels played today. Not played, professional, traded today. So first we add up our images, screenshots, and then this was my, yeah, this was the one. Now what I do is I put this on the right alignment, sorry, and then I put just a very small, like small brief on why did I enter, what kind of emotions I was feeling, because you can see journaling a trade doesn't mean that you write down your prices, your why did you enter, your trading setup. That's not actual journaling. The actual journaling is that you journal your emotions. What kind of feelings were aroused? Were you feeling? What kind of emotions were you feeling while entering the trade? Were you feeling kind of fear of missing out? Were you feared? I mean, are you scared to enter? Were you scared to enter? Do you not believe in us? All these feelings will give a result after a significant amount of data collected. Maybe after 6 months, when I will review my trading journal, this analysis page, I'll see while I was feared. I mean, while fear kicked in, maybe at that point of time, I didn't trust my levels, and maybe most of the times I was right. So by that, Tisha, I mean, by that, you know, I'll know that maybe the levels that I'm drawing, those levels where I'm not confident in, maybe those levels are failing levels. I know I'm stuttering a lot more than usual because I'm very overwhelmed. I'm looking at many things here. I'm getting to know more about myself. I can make this. I mean, the charts are very clear to me right now. Only Precor will know, man. Anyways, so this was the setup. We'll just note it down. Based on 5 minute feature levels. A plus level. Price. Price gives me one as stop loss. Preferable. Preferable. This was it. Okay, I know I might have been hard on myself because I should have put 50% at 1 is to 1. So I'll just highlight this one. Okay, maybe I'll even bold it out. Yeah, now. Point to be noted, hook 50% at 1 is to 1. This is the point to be noted. So what I do is turn into, a call out. So this is the learning of this trade, okay? Now, I'll just put a divider. Where is the divider? Okay, this one. And now, I'll just put on my second trade. I'm getting a call. Yes. Later. I'm working now. Okay, here's the one. I'll just zoom it out a bit. And I'll turn these out. Let's change the character limits. Not TJL. I mean, this was a TJL, but okay, for that. I'll journal everything, man. Even if this is a loss because of my mentor, but at the end of the day, I executed this trade. So I have to be accountable for this one. Size and then left. Does this trade with mentor because TJL setup. I was feeling a bit of fear of missing out, so I'll just one more trade. Right trade, wrong entry. I mean, this is a pretty late entry. So I'll just put this as 5 minutes because the 5 minute one is my actual analysis and my actual trade. This one, okay, I'll not consider it that much. Okay, this was basically it. So this is how I journal. Time frame, 5 minute or 1 minute execution today. And one more thing, I have to, I don't forget, irresponsibility का भी एक हद होता है. Call out. I didn't trade today's trading session professionally. Professional. Treat it like a business. Profession. And it will pay you like a business or profession. So Also, there were valid setups forming after my first trade, but I closed the market and went to do other activities. I know this is pretty cliche, or maybe I'm, over explaining myself, but this is just me at my current level. So I noted down everything, every fucking thing. It was the trade was good. How was the trade? The trade was good. Okay, trade was good. Valid setup and valid setup but wrong execution. So overall, my mindset was pretty clean, clear, but wrong execution here, and this is sort of failure. But I couldn't, you know, get these levels out in time, so it's okay. It's okay, not okay. So this was basically it for today. Now my plan would be first is to do multi-time frame analysis, and then second is what will be it is my don't get me wrong, I'm just looking at the chart because it's making a valid structure. You can see there is a valid selling from this level, I mean this point. And maybe if price comes to fill this gap up, it will head more down. And I'll just wait for this 15 minute TGL level, okay, or A plus level. I'll just see how price reacts at this zone or at this level. And maybe if I'm confident enough, I'll put a trade. Or you know what? Maybe it doesn't come in this equation. I'll put a trade on this 15-minute TGL setup on proper setup and proper execution. That's basically it for now. I think it's a very long session, and I think I was pretty boring here, but I don't care. At the end of the day, it's me who'll be watching my videos. So, also one thing, my flaws, okay? My mistakes for today, which I made today, were first of all, I was not professional enough to sit through my entire trading time. Maybe, I mean, in my head, I'm kind of treating it like it'll play out. Trading will just play out. It'll make my dreams come true. And I'm also putting the right amount of work, but still, I'm not putting the exact amount of work that is needed in the market. I don't need to sit for entire market hours or entire sessions, but I need to respect my trading session, not New York or London session or Asian session, my exact time where I trade or where I place my orders. Okay, this is one. And second, what's second? Second is, yeah, I learned one thing, okay? That even if there's a buying level at your gap up, just like this one, there's a clear gap up and there's a buying level or 15-minute TJL, but price will aggressively take out this lows and maybe give, uh, I mean, a good reaction. This is a reaction, not a trade. Like small scalps, it'll give reactions, good reaction on your level, but it will fail entirely. And if your entry is not right, this might be a failed setup. So I will not trade such gap up or gap down setups because price always comes to fill up this gap. So, I mean, I knew this from before, but still, I was naive enough to let this slide. But still, Price respected my TJ level. It doesn't mean that my level didn't work. Price did respect my level. Gave 100 pips. That is all I need. But my entry was very bad. Very bad. Anyways, nonetheless, therefore, henceforth, that is it for today. And maybe later at night, I'll proceed for my multi-time frame analysis. And you know what I learned today? That if you fix your life, if you fix your mental state, you will be the best trader, the best trader version of yourself that you've ever seen, Because I've heard a quote. Let me pull up my phone. Okay, just listen to this. Imagine you own a hedge fund, okay? You're a hedge fund manager, not manager, but kind of, consider you're a manager, and you have one analyst. That analyst finds every setup, like me, which I do, calculates every position, like me, that I do, controls every risk, exactly like me. But maybe I fuck up sometimes, but still. And that analyst is worth, 100 crores. I'm talking in rupee terms, crore. Would you make him work until 4 a.m. in the morning? You're a hedge fund manager, okay? You have your one employee, one analyst who like does the perfect job, brings in the most amount of money to your business than anyone else. Would you make him overwork like for four in the morning, 5 in the morning? Would you make him work like hell that he can't sleep? Obviously no, right? Obviously no. You would protect him because he is your edge, right? He is your business's edge, the biggest money bringer, breadwinner of your business. Because you are both the trader and the analyst. I'm talking to you, man. The charts is not your edge, man. Your brain is. Treat it like your most valuable asset, not like a machine that you can just run 24/7. You are both the trader and the analyst. Okay? You have to protect your employee body. Because this body, this mind, everything will pay you, man. If you are the healthiest, your mind is fresh, your body is fit, you will take good decisions. And this is proven, this is exactly proven. So from today onwards, I'm taking a step, not from today onwards, from now, from back when I started this video. I worked out a bit. I mean, I was a boxer, so I did my usual routine, shadow, not exactly, not much shadow, but jump rope and a bit of shadow as well. Push-ups, maybe 50 to 100, maybe. I don't count push-ups. So it's like a complete one set of skipping rope, and then you do unlimited push-ups for as long as the timer is set up. So putting up a good fit body with along with a fit mind because sleep is very necessary. I'm taking this step from now and from today. Anyways, I'll see you later. Someone is banging on my door. Fucking hell.